We want to solve the following for the given domain, showing full working. So, showing full working means we can't just do it on the calculator. Cos theta is root 3 over 2, and we want to solve that from 0 to 2 pi. Now, this is one of our standard angles. I know the cos of 30 degrees, or pi by 6 radians, is root 3 over 2. So, theta is pi by 6. Now it's a cosine and it's positive, so that means the other one will be in the C quadrant down here. So this one is pi by 6 and the angle here is pi by 6. And starting at 0, let's go and find solutions. So we find a solution at pi by 6, and we keep going around, and the next time we get to a solution is here, pi by 6 before we get to 2 pi. So 2 pi take away pi by 6, that's 12 pi by 6 take away pi by 6, so that one's 11 pi by 6. So tan 2x is negative root 3 for x between 0 and 2 pi. So initially we want to solve for 2x between 0 and 4 pi. Just multiply right the way through by 2 here. Now root 3 once again is a standard angle for the tan this time. So the principal value would be for 2x to be negative pi by 3. Now of course you can find that from the calculator, but you should know these. Now let's look at a cast diagram. So we have A, S, T, C, and negative pi by 3 is here, and it's a tangent which is negative, so the other one must be up here in the S quadrant. So this angle here is pi by 3, this angle here is pi by 3, and significantly for the tan, this is a straight line, it goes straight across. So we're going from 0 to 4 pi, so our principal value of negative pi by 3 isn't even in our range. So we'll come around and we'll get to here, and so we'll get 2 pi by 3, and then we'll keep going. We get to here, and that one's at 5 pi by 3. And then we'll keep going, that's 2 pi, so we need to go around again. So coming round to here, that's another pi onto this one, so that's going to be 8 pi by 3. And then we'll keep going, and that's another pi, so that one's 11 pi by 3. And then we get to 4 pi, so we stop. And then to get x from 2x, we just divide them all by 2, so this one will be pi by 3, this will be 5 pi by 6, this one will be 4 pi by 3, and this one will be 11 pi by 6. Cos 2 phi minus 30 degrees is 0.85. for phi between negative 180 and 180. So that means that 2 phi would be between negative 360 and 360. So 2 phi minus 30 must be between negative 390 and 330. Now we need our principal value as well, so 2 phi minus 30 is going to be the inverse cosine. We need to be in degrees this time because the question is in degrees. So we want the inverse cosine of 0.85. And that's 31.7. I'm going to keep 3 decimal places because I want the final answer to 2. So the 31.788 degrees. So now we can use our cast diagram. So A, S, T, C. So 31.788, and cosine, which is positive, so the other one is going to be here. So 31.788, 31.788, and so negative 390. That would mean we would start looking here, and then we're going to go around twice. So starting here, the first one we find, so remember this is 2π minus 30, is 31.788. Then the next one we find is when we get around to here, and that's going to be at negative 31.788, and this just struck me that 31.788 is not that one. It comes later. The 31.788 would be here, and this first time we meet this, so this is negative 360, so negative 360 add 31.788, negative 328.212. And then the final one, we just found that one, that was the 31.788, and then the final one is when we get to here, and we'd stop just there. So that one is going to be at 360, take away this one, 328.2. So 3, let's go back to the blue pen, 328.212. So what we need to do is add 30 to all of those. So negative 328, use the wrong minus, negative 328, add 30, so negative 298.212, and then this one would just be negative 1.788, and adding 30 to this would give me 61.788, and adding 30 to this, 350.212, and then we need to divide them all by 2, so negative 298.212, divide that by 2, so negative 149.11, negative 1.788, divide that by 2, negative 0.89, of course all these are in degrees, and then we've got 61.788, divide by 2, 30.89, and finally 350.212, divide that by 2, 175.11. And just before we finish, I've spotted a mistake. When I added 30 here, this should have been 358, and that would have made that one 179.